Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your midday news fix for Tuesday the 10th of September. A homicide investigation's underway after a body was found in a burnt-out vehicle at a Dargaville beach yesterday. Shannon Johnstone has more.
Police were notified of a vehicle on fire at the Pero beach just after 10:30am and found a body inside. A scene examination at the beach and a nearby property in Te Kōpuru starts this morning. Circumstances around the fire and how the car came to be on the beach are unexplained. Police are speaking to a person of interest but haven't arrested anyone.
They're currently not seeking anyone else and say it's unrelated to the death of Joanna Sione Lauaki in August. Winston Peters went directly to the Prime Minister to negotiate cuts to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade ahead of this year's budget. Official documents released to Newstalk ZB show Peters reminding Finance Minister Nicola Willis that he was going over her head. Here's senior political reporter Sophie Trigger.
All government departments were required to make pre-budget baseline savings of 6.5%, but MFAT was allowed to only cut 1%. A letter from Peters to Nicola Willis in February reminded her that he'd raised the matter with Prime Minister Chris Luxon. Peters wrote he was in discussion with Luxon on the government's priorities in light of the seriously challenging global environment.
Meanwhile, Christopher Luxon is defending the coalition agreement that has seen Nationals support the Treaty Principles Bill to first reading. The bill's architect, David Seymour, says Cabinet discussed the bill yesterday and agreed to its broad outline. National isn't supporting the bill beyond its first reading, but the Prime Minister told Mike Hosking putting it before Select Committee as part of the compromise they've reached to form a three-party coalition government.
We're united on the core, that's the economic staff, the law and order staff, the public services things. Yes, we have differences on an issue like this, and we find a compromise.
Woolworths says its stores will be open as usual when thousands of staff walk off the job between midday and 2 today. First Union members from 190 supermarkets are taking industrial action. Retail National Secretary Rudd Hughes says they're seeking higher pay as 70% of members are struggling financially.
They can't meet their basic needs. That means, their rent or their food or the gas in their car or their health needs.
But Woolworths says it's offering a 6.8 to 10.1% pay rise over 2 years, following a 19% increase 2 years ago. A hydraulic system issue has forced an Air New Zealand flight to land in Christchurch instead of Wellington this morning. Safety officer David Morgan says Flight 405 from Auckland to Wellington required a longer runway to land due to the issue. Flight radars show the Airbus plane circled twice over Cook Strait before diverting south. Award-winning actor James Earl Jones, who voiced Star Wars villain Darth Vader and Mufasa in The Lion King, has died aged 93.
And so, we are all connected in the great circle of life.
To sport, cyclist Aaron Gate has confirmed a move to the UCI World Tour next year with Astana, Kazakhstan. Two-time New Zealand Trotting Cup winner Copy That has retired with 33 career wins, 7 of which came at Group 1 level. And Bulldogs winger Josh Addo-Carr may still line up for Sunday's NRL elimination final against the Sea Eagles, despite a police investigation into a random roadside drug test. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.